Hey everyone, welcome to another My Life in Objects. So this is the third of 3 connected videos I've done in this series where I'm looking at my sort of original vinyl collection from way back. And as with the other ones, these aren't in particular order. In this video, there is a bit of an order. Well, the single at the top you can see here was the very first single I bought. And the single at the back is the very last 7-inch single I ever bought. But the vast majority of these in the pile, apart from the last one, were bought, I think, sometime in the late 70s, early 80s, I'd hazard a guess. So you can see the date on this one from 79. And there's something else I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, so far I've done Nawubum stuff. I've done Judas Priest, which had its own video, and this is predominantly everything else. There is one new wave of British heavy metal band in here because I sort of found it after the fact. I'd completely forgotten I had the single actually, but it was from a band that was sort of around at that time, and we'll see who they are in a moment. So as I said, no particular order beyond the first and the last ones here. So this is the very first single I actually bought. Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen, which on the B side has got We Will Rock You from the album Queen Life Killers. So yeah, so one's off a studio album, and the other one is off the live album. Play the Game, which has a track called A Human Body on the B side, which isn't on an album, or at least it wasn't then when it came out. Nice picture disc. You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC. Yeah, bought at the time it came out. It's got Have a Drink on Me. And then this is an interesting artifact. I don't know if anybody ever remembers these at the time. I don't know what the date on this is. But I remember going into a record store. I think it was Gray's Records in East Grinstead. And there was this box on the side of where the cash register was. And it was called the metal box, or the heavy metal box. And it looked like it was basically reissues of singles. And so this, I believe, is a reissue of Whole Lot of Rosie with Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be. And this is from If You Want Blood. You got it. So this would be the live version. And I can't... 78, yeah. So, and I don't believe I bought this in 1978. I don't think I did. And you can see it's got this HM4 number on it. So yeah, so if anybody out remembers this and is familiar with it, let me know in the comment section. But yeah, it was an unusual thing at the time. It was obviously, you know, something off the back of, you know, new wave of British heavy metal and all that. Everything was getting, you know, interest in that. So yeah, but yeah, 78 seems early, but I don't think this was bought in 78. Like I think this heavy metal box appeared later, and that's just the original copyright on the production, you know, the production copyright. And we have Fantasy by Aldenova, fellow Canadian, with Under the Gun. When did that come out? This is 82. Yeah, I remember hearing it on it's rather worse for wear this. I remember hearing this being played on the Friday Rock Show, so I went out and bought the single. So yeah, this was the one that I'd forgotten about, which probably should have ended up in the Nawubum episode. So this is by a band called Vardis. I don't know if anybody's familiar with them. 3-piece. And it's a cover of Silver Machine. And from what I remember, their first album was actually a live album called 100 Miles Per Hour. Then we have some Scorpion stuff, Always Somewhere, from 79, taken from Blackouts. Oh yeah, then again, this was weird because one side is from Blackout and the other side is from Love Drive. Yeah, so Can't Live Without You. Oh, well, what do you know? Clear vinyl. Cool. I had completely forgotten about that. I don't believe any of the other ones are anything fancy. I got No One Like You from Blackout. It's got the tour dates on there, Blackout tour. Didn't get to see the Scorpions until 2010s actually, when we went down to, trying to remember where in New Brunswick we saw them, probably Moncton, somewhere like that. No One Like You and Now. I don't know if anybody remembers. Blackout is one of my favourite albums from that time. There was this single, which I suppose was I don't know if you'd call it a one-off collaboration. So Gary Moore and Phil Lynott had quite a long history together, both in and out of Thin Lizzy. So this would have been, way after Black Rose. So it was when Gary Moore wasn't in Thin Lizzy. And they recorded some tracks together, but I believe that, from what I remember, Out in the Fields did actually end up on a Gary Moore album, but I just don't remember which one it was. This has got Out in the Fields and Military Man on it. And I remember them having similar outfits. They played on a live TV series called ECT, I think it was, which replaced a thing I used to watch called The Tube. So after The Tube finished, this series called ECT came on, and it was mainly rock and metal bands. This came out in 85. I do have a Thin Lizzy single here. Again, slightly damaged, unfortunately. Black vinyl, so nothing special there. And this would have been... So this is Are You Ready? Dear Miss Lonely Hearts. And these were recorded live, so Live Killers. Bit of a giveaway in the title there. Bad Reputation. And they've got, as you can probably tell from the colour here, so this would have been Snowy White era Thin Lizzy. Crocus. I don't know if anybody's ever familiar with this band. I did an episode recently on 1980s albums, and I did mention Crocus, Metal Rendezvous. So this came out after Metal Rendezvous. This is the Industrial Strength EP. So 4 tracks. So track from Metal Rendezvous, track from Hardware, which is a follow-up album, and some other tracks from Hardware actually, and then a track that doesn't seem to be on any album, Bye Bye Baby. Not a cover of whatever the name of that band is now, from way back. At least I don't think it is anyway. ...1981, I was trying to find the date on there. Another gatefold single. I've got a couple of these. So this is Dry County and Too Hard to Handle from Marauder, which I bought the albums at the time. And it has a free single, On the Run Train Train, which is live from Monsters of Rock in 81. Pretty cool. Yeah, I was a big Blackfoot fan at the time. what's that song they do? Highway Song. That's it. I'm just seeing if there's anything. This is quite well packaged. It's like sleeves in sleeves. So just so you can see, there's what the label looks like. Or on the Actico label. I've actually seen Billy brag about 3 times now. Twice in the UK, way back in the mid-80s. So this was the Between the Wars, was it an EP? Yeah, Between the Wars EP. Between the Wars, which side are you on? Word timed upside down, it says here. Yeah, his I remember his albums at the time always had this thing about don't pay more than this. Let's have a look at the date on here, see if we can find it. 1984. So yeah, 84 this came out. So just before I started going back to seeing bands live. So I would have seen him in 85 twice. And one time I think it was part of the Red Wedge tour, and then another time he was just it was just his own tour. And then I saw him again in the 2010s, I think, in Halifax, where he played here. I have U2, Where the Streets Have No Name, from 87. And then this is a bit of a one-off. So I went on a few years ago, a bit of a Machine Head jag, and started on Amazon buying. Mainly I was after the CD singles. So I picked up a number of CD singles, and I think it all started when I picked up a Machine Head 10-inch. I think it's of old, and I'm going to feature that in a different episode when I go through my album vinyl collection, because it's in with that, because it's slightly larger. But this is Days Turn Blue to Grey. So this was a vinyl 7-inch by them, which I sort of tracked down. It was for sale on Amazon, I think, around the same time I was picking up old CD singles that they'd released. I can't see the date on here very well. 2003, 2004. So yeah, I definitely bought it after then. It was probably sometime nearer when the Blackening came out. There we go. So hopefully you enjoyed that. It certainly brought a smile to my face, and it's good to think back to what the hell I was doing when I bought these ones, and the zeitgeist of my personal zeitgeist. So thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in a future video.